What up, guys? Ben Oberg here with another video. Today, got a special guest with me, Chris Daniel. He's one of my clients. He's been going hard on Instagram for a couple years now, actually one of the original members of Millionaire Mafia. But I wanted to bring Chris on the show today to talk to you guys about the results that he's getting, what he has done on Instagram. And it's been quite amazing. So Chris, thank you for being on here. I really appreciate you taking your time to be on this interview.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Pleasure.
No problem. So real quick, just kind of introduce yourself and tell everybody, for everybody that's listening on here, how you got started on Instagram, why you got started on Instagram. Kind of give us the rundown.
Sure. Well, I actually heard about it through word of mouth. I was involved in a completely another program, which kind of sucked at the moment, but I wanted to go into Instagram. I thought that's where the future was. That was the platform to be on. So I wanted to make sure I joined the best program out there. I didn't care what the dollar amount was, although money was always an issue. I didn't want to buy the cheapest program and try and just do the bare minimum, nor was I willing to take free business advice from teenagers on YouTube. That was just an absolute no. I could go ahead and glean YouTube for what it's worth, but I wasn't going to trust a business to teenagers on YouTube. I don't recommend any of your viewers do that either.
Sure.
But in any case, I got down to the top couple of programs that I was considering, and a couple of the buddies that I had made friends with said, "Hold on a second, that one has the highest return rates in the industry. Don't do that one." And I'm like, well, shit. Which one is going to be better then? So they encouraged me to check you out. And I'm like, Oh,
you meant they were like refunding, like that one was just, right. Okay, because people were complaining about it.
That was the one I was going to go with because some other guru was recommending it. And the users, my buddies, were like, hold on a second. I've never refunded before until I bought that program. Don't do what I did. Get this other one. The guys I had gotten into, the advice that I had gotten, they were all just about 30 to 60 days ahead of me. Mm-hmm. So they had already gone through, realized that program sucked, said, get this other one. He's the real deal. I had never heard of you, but I just, at that point, I had to pull my wallet out and give it a go.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate it.
Buy the bare minimum. I swear I had to get the elite package. So I went all in. When I went in, I didn't just piecemeal it. I didn't just tiptoe with it. When I saw you had the program, I bought your best program out there.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And it looks like it paid off because you grew an account, I believe, to what, like 170, 180,000 followers, somewhere in there?
In 9 months.
In 9 months, okay. And actually, if you want, I think you might have a couple. If you have a few pictures or anything like that you could show us or screen share, like dive into that, because I think you were telling me too, like when we were working on setting this up, you were like, hey, I grew. There was a month I grew 30,000 followers in a single month.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was actually trying to show you the web page here. Okay, so I pulled this together. This was real proof. I took all the audience insights or the pick insights here and illustrated these are the 10 in 1 month that got me over 33,700 followers in 1 month. And I only pulled for this pick just the picks that had 1 million impressions or more. I had to draw the line somewhere.
Okay,
some of these had 60,000 likes. Some of them had 3,400 new followers in one pick. Others had nearly 3 million impressions.
This is one of your videos here that's got 1.8 million views. Kind of walk us through some of the content here that really took off for you and what you were able to achieve with it.
Well, I use this as an example. This is actually a professional skimboarder, and she had like 100,000 followers on her page. And I was about the same size at the time. And I'm like, hey, this is a cool clip. Can I use it? And she was a little bit reluctant. And I'm like, look, I'm going to get more videos, views and likes and followers than you will. I'm going to you know, I tried to play it up like I'm going to make her famous or something. And dude, I somewhat did. Yeah, she was already famous before me, so I don't want to get a big head, but I totally blew this up.
Funny that you mentioned that, because I follow her on my Instagram account, and I didn't even know that, what you just said there. She's from like Laguna Beach or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. This was 174,000. That's down from what it was. I haven't really touched the page in months, but here, just walking it backwards a little bit. This one here did not get the most impressions, but I looked behind the scenes before the interview here. This one actually had almost 3,500 new followers from this one pic, this one clip, 3,479.
In a single day, probably, or in a matter of like 36 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, this one, it only had 33,000 likes on it, but it brought in the most followers, which is why I wanted to show it to you.
Absolutely.
This one over here actually had the most likes, but that's a vanity metrics. I had 61,000 likes on this. You see, I had 2 million views.
Yep.
This one had, again, 3,440 new followers from this one pic. This one, this was my surfer. This one had 3,350 new followers, but only 39,000 likes.
Sure.
But to show it wasn't a fluke, here I am over and over again doing more and more. This one had 3 million views. This one had 39,000 likes and 2,991 new followers from this. And it's not just a one-off. This one here, even though it didn't have as many, you know, it had over 2,000 new followers from it.
Sure.
Here's another one, 1,850 new followers, 37,000 likes. Again, 1,650 new followers, 45,000 likes. And it's just over and over again, 1,400, 22,000 likes. Another example right here. This one had 1 million views, 1,421 followers, 32,000 likes, just over and over again.
Yep. I remember that last one too. I remember that video. I remember seeing a lot of these actually. And you did what, 33,000, 34,000 followers in a single month, right?
Yep. A single month.
Okay. The other question I have then is, have you turned down money from people coming to you saying like, hey, can I advertise on your account? Can I do a campaign? Can I do a shout out? Have you had to, like, have you been in a position where you've had to actually turn down money?
All the time. All the time. I mean, throughout growing my account, I felt to myself that I would be stepping over dollars to pick up dimes if I ran shout outs. Granted, people are making money doing shout outs all the time. On a scale, you know, anywhere up to $100, maybe $150 per shout out. I always limit that because I don't want to burn out my audience. So if you keep that in mind, you're not going to want to run shout out after shout out. And if you limit that to 1 or 2 shout outs a week, you're still looking at about $600, maybe $700-800 a month.
Sure.
I've been turning that down since I started.
Sure. And the problem is because like you can run shout outs, but the biggest problem is people are like, here, post this. And it has no congruency with your account. So you're going to post it on a story or in the feed and your followers are going to go, well, that's so contrast to why I'm following this. And they're just going to either stop engaging or just unfollow. People are very like sensitive to that. So I agree. Like that's a good decision. And there's other ways to be able to make money in the account. Like, that's awesome, man. And like tips to take away, guys, like you see that TV, IGTV, videos, like Instagram is trending videos. They like videos. Pictures can't be watched. So something to take away. I'm not saying like go use tons of videos, guys. But what I am saying is definitely use at least some videos in your account because videos can be watched. And Instagram rewards in the form of impressions, likes, comments, follows, just as if you've seen what Chris has done here, because he's keeping people on the platform. He's posting engaged videos. So whether it's your own content or you're using viral content, if you have a niche page or whatever, just realize that preventing yourself, like not using videos, you're really limiting your account and the impressions, the reach, the followers that you could be getting. Chris, I got one more question from you here, because early on you talked about the program, you talked about my program and getting started. What would you say? I know there's a lot of content in there and a lot of different tactics and strategies, but what would you say, like, the number one thing that you learned from Millionaire Mafia, from Instagram Mastery? What would you say the number one thing is that you learned?
It's difficult to limit it to just one thing because you had so much in there. I don't want anyone to look at this and say it's one strategy for growth or it's one strategy to make money. You gave us a whole platform of ways to make money on Instagram, as well as several different avenues to grow an account, not just one. The results I've shown you is one strategy. That's one strategy, and I kicked ass at the one strategy. But you've shown us several ways to make money. So let me just say two things. One, don't follow for follow. Don't anyone use spam for spam. That is your free advice from teenagers on YouTube. You want to go that route, put your wallet away and jump on YouTube. You want to learn how businesses grow? They don't follow anybody. So you better get a clue. You better figure out what it is to do. And you, Ben, know how to grow an account. So if people will pull out their wallet and learn from you, there are things they can do. So I've told you what not to do. If I can have the liberty of telling you what strategy no one knows about, oh my goodness. I'm almost convicted not to say anything. Everybody's awesome. Teaching how to go ahead and use hashtags. And they don't fucking have any clue on how to use hashtags, but they're taking your money on how to use them. It's the hashtag ladder. No one's talking about the ladder.
Sure.
Everybody's taking your money. They're wanting you to buy their tool. They've got an affiliate program and they're making money off of you buying the tool. And that might tell you who's the biggest hashtag in the space, or what the most viral hashtag is in the space. It has nothing to do with the appropriateness of it being used on your level of account or the reach you're trying to get. And even if you zoomed in on that, what if that pic takes off? What if it goes viral? The hashtags you set up to make it go viral aren't the hashtags to keep it going viral. And if you don't understand how to set up this ladder, you still have a limited vision of hashtag usage.
Yep. That's like nailed it. And hashtags are something that Instagram's looking more at right now. The algorithm's so fluidic. Back then, like 2 years ago, you could post a picture and get Bob, Joe, and Angie to comment on it, and then boom, explore page. But now what I'm seeing is the hashtags, especially in the new creation of an account, are helping it to rank and get going off the bat. And it's through those hashtags that Instagram is then allowing it to trend on the explore page, not the other way around. And so it's completely changed. And people got to realize that it's fluidic. It's not something where you just, you learn once and then what you learned 7 years ago is what's relevant now. Like, it's constantly changing. It's a science. It's like being in a relationship. Like, you got to monitor it. You got to check in. You got to realize what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong or what you could improve on it. Like, Instagram is literally, you got to have a relationship with it. You really do. So, hey, Chris, I really appreciate you being on here. Guys, there's going to be a link in the description. You can follow Chris's account if you want to see what he's doing. And guys, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and tap that notification bell, because there's nothing here that we do say implement that's fake. We are not the people. I'm not the guy saying, hey, here's how to make $10,000 and I haven't done it. That's what I do every single month, every single week. We grow Instagram. We do Instagram for business. We're not about followers and how many likes that your duck face got. We're about making money and creating sustainable business online. So Ben Oberg here, Chris Daniel, appreciate having you guys. And
let me say one more thing.
No problem.
One more thing. As a bonus, if you guys get involved under Ben's program, you will find and connect with other people in the program just like you. I was able to join a DM group of nothing but Millionaire Mafia followers. And we formed a DM group when I was less than 10,000 strong on followers. That same group stuck with us well over 100,000 followers. And you then had like the most powerful DM group you could have wanted to join, because everybody in there knew how to grow an account, knew how to give engagement, and they were all the same level as you were. How's that for, you know,
Absolutely.
You got involved, you connect with people like you.
Absolutely. It's the community, guys. You heard it from Chris Daniel here. Appreciate you being on here, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Please check the comments. I have included Chris's Instagram handle. You guys want to give it a follow. And if there's anything that I can help with, make sure you subscribe and drop a comment below. Let me know what I can do for you guys. And I will see you in the next video.